Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching, what are we watching? I almost said The Expanse. What am I watching? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Battlestar Galactica. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 17 of season 3 of Battlestar Galactica. I am super excited to watch this episode, even though I didn't even remember what the hell it was that I was watching. There's a lot of things that I had on the list to check off today, and getting to episode 17 was definitely one of them. So the last couple episodes, I wouldn't say that they are filler. A lot of people would say that they are filler in the sense that it does not progress the main storyline, which is either finding Earth or just the Cylons, and both of them coming together some way, somehow. But I do love that it did progress a little bit of our characters, especially Chief. Both of them were very Chief heavy, and you guys know how I feel about my Chief. I love Chief. But definitely the last one really was like something that was really close to my heart, it being not just a labor dispute, but like, you know, to unionize and to have people recognize that you can't just treat them like they're machines, which was kind of the issue that the Cylons had, is that you were just treating them as though they were machines. And it's really interesting if you look at it both ways, is that they still didn't learn their lesson that you can't treat people that way. And the people are doing the jobs you don't want to do and that you can't do, and you need them to do it. So show a little appreciation, you know, vacation time, a bonus. I don't know. I don't know what you can offer while you're in the fleet. That is up to you because you decided to run things. That is not up to me. And I don't make those choices or those decisions for people. But I do love Chief, and I love how he is a man of the people. And, you know, for him to stand up to Admiral Adama, and I still don't really get what Admiral Adama was doing with that moment of threatening Callie's life. I don't know if it was like to test Chief, but I didn't find it all that great, all that amusing. Quite frankly, that still bothers me, that like I was like, was there really a point to that? I don't know, because then Chief goes and talks to the president, and you know, she's kind of really agreeable and about especially having people from Colonial One go to those ships and work and get their hands dirty. And I think that the more people do everybody's job and they learn more skills, the more balance you will have in the fleet, because there will be a better understanding and empathy coming from the people who've never had to do those jobs, and the people that like actually get a break from it, you know, will just feel more appreciated, and kind of like that they're not just forgotten about on their ships. That, you know, like I bet you the majority of people don't even care where the Tillium's coming from, and they forget that people are, you know, mining it, milling it, and doing whatever they can to make it. So, you know, I think it's a great idea, and I'm all for it. Now, definitely, we need to get back to Gaius, who's imprisoned. He needs a trial. Which I still don't think is a great idea, and I think it's a circus. And I'm you know, I'm not like blanket immunity, but like she gave everybody else blanket immunity. Now Gaius is not innocent, you know, like yes, he didn't knowingly help the Cylons, but then at some point he did, and like very much he gave a nuclear weapon to a Cylon, and she destroyed and killed a lot of the fleet. Now, granted, that put him into a depression. I don't know what he really thought she was going to do with that, other than explode people. I'm not sure, but you know, he is guilty. But at the same time, like, are we supposed to, in this fleet, in this day and age, and now like since Caprica, are we still supposed to be treating people as guilty? Or like, do we give him a break and see what he can do and how he can help? And I don't really know what the right answer is, because I'm somebody who's actually grown to care for Gaia. So I'm like, just give him a break. But like, that's not really the best thing, I think, for him. But I also don't think a media circus and, you know, a trial for, you know, the trial of Gaius Baltar, and if he is or is not guilty, is a great idea either. Now, with the book going around, that definitely creates sympathy, and it creates a lot of people throwing their support at Gaius because they probably feel understood by him. You know, even Chief was just like, you know, it's bullshit that you have this background. And Gaius very much was like, no, I'm from Erelon, and I used to be a farmer, and when I was 18, I left, and I made a different life for myself, which, if that is true, that is wonderful. Um, I just don't know if it's true. I don't know. The guy isn't like an outright liar. Like, he doesn't, like, tell like elaborate tales, like he might fib to like have a little bit of self-preservation, but he's not telling outlandish stories, at least I don't remember him doing that. And I don't really think that that's him. So maybe. I don't know what that would do other than, kind of create a jury that wouldn't convict him, which I don't think he's really going to be convicted. I don't even know if he'll be tried, but I definitely don't think he'll be convicted. And even if he's convicted, I don't think he'll be put to death because he's kind of the main character of the show. He's kind of what the show is about. So that would be crazy. And he's a wealth of knowledge, and we could really put him to work. Like a work release program, maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm curious to see what direction we end up going when it comes to that. They've mentioned a trial a couple times, so we might still get a trial anyway. Now, of course, we have to find Earth. We were given kind of a road sign when it came to the eye of Jupiter and to go to the site of a recent supernova or a past nova or something. I don't know what's sitting there either. Like an arrow pointing into another direction, just floating on a rock. I don't know. So I want our mission to Earth to continue. You can tell the episodes that kind of got interfered with like the studio of like having like freestanding episodes, but I don't necessarily mind them. But I would like the whole story that's going on with Battlestar Galactica to kind of keep moving in the direction it's supposed to go in. No more Deanna, but she was boxed, but I'm now wanting to like really see and hear from Six that's being held on Galactica. I don't know how she gets out. I don't know if they start working with her like they did with Athena. I think that would be great, but I don't know because of Shelley Godfrey. Like they've already been kind of burned by one of her models. I mean, they might put her on trial because like she is in fact the Six that was the one that got all the codes and is the reason why Caprica went up, and get the defense system and whatnot. So oh fuck. I just realized that they really could put her under trial as well. And we got a little bit with Admiral Adama and his background a little bit and in his story with his ex-wife, who's most likely dead, probably was killed on Caprica. I already don't think that he's a perfect man by any means, and I don't think he was perfect in that relationship, and she certainly wasn't either, but just to kind of see him kind of putting up with somebody who's that volatile was really interesting, and I kind of, not that I say that it explains Lee, but it might just a little bit as to why that might feel normal to him to have something so tumultuous and dramatic with Starbuck. Not sure. And then with Starbuck, we got to kind of figure out what her destiny is because Leoben was, talking about her and everything being connected and that there's a destiny and her, painting the eye of Jupiter and that it's been this thing that she's always drawn out when she was a kid. And, she's very much somebody who believes in the gods. And I think that, I don't know if she maybe read it somewhere and that's why she's doing it, or if in fact she is destined some way, somehow. But, there's, I don't know, when it's Leoben, I don't know what to think of him. I mean, I don't like him. I'll tell you that much. My feelings are scumbag. I want all of his model boxed on ice, shot into the sun, never to return. But I don't know what his fixation is because he had a dream and, like the president had a dream about him. So I'm just like, okay, well, if she can dream about a Cylon and a Cylon can dream about Starbuck, then is Starbuck a Cylon? Is the president a Cylon? And I'm like, but I want to know more about what's going on with Starbuck and a little less her and Lee. Just wash our hands of that completely. Hopefully we can move on from that. But I would like to kind of figure out why she has a destiny. And I'm sure I will. So guys, with that being said, episode 17, let's get into it.
Previously on Battlestar Galactica.
Leoben's a very clever
God,
Cylon.
Leoben
He's gonna try to
episode.
get into your head.
This has happened before, and all of it will happen again.
Oh, I don't want it to happen again.
Children of abusive parents often fear passing along that abuse to their own children.
Get out!
Are we getting a backstory? That would be amazing.
Just some Leoben said once that I had a destiny, that it had already been written.
Oh, do we get a juicy Starbuck episode? Because I will be happy about that. Were you drunk and having fun, or... Wait. Why are you doing that? Really? Very confused. Damn, girl, you're dreaming about Leoben. Great. Don't be creepy, hot dog.
What's up?
Nothing, go back to sleep.
Who just stares at somebody in their bed?
I feel like I'm losing my mind here.
You might be. You might be getting a message.
You know, Kira, there's a psychiatrist aboard Ink and Vale. We've made an appointment for Hera. Maybe we
What?
should think about seeing her.
Yes!
You kidding me?
No, go.
Most shrinks are more reflective than their patients are.
You know, you might want to check out that Oracle camp in Dogsville.
Oh,
People say she interprets dreams.
I guess an oracle's better than a
Hey.
psychiatrist at this
You
point for
okay?
her. Yeah, I just saw a little girl in the corner. Was that her younger self? Can I just say that Katie looks so good with short hair? I know she liked the long hair. She looks so good with short hair.
Have these nightmares.
About the Cylon. The one who held you captive on New Caprica.
Oh,
Leoben.
I know that he was just...
He knows you better than you know yourself. Kara Thrace. He sees the truth about you. About your destiny.
You know,
oh.
the only destiny I have is as a world-class frack-up.
Who hurts
Not true,
everyone
not
she
true.
cares about.
Yep.
That was your mother's gift to you, wasn't it? You were born to a woman who believed suffering was good for the soul, so you suffered. It means that you're bad luck. You're like a cancer that needs to be removed.
Please don't lose it. Please don't lose it.
You confused the messenger with the message. Your mother was trying to teach you something else.
Which was?
He's coming for you. Soon.
I already feel emotionally exhausted by this episode, and it just started.
Split your head open with a broomstick handle because you didn't make your bed?
Did I ever tell you how I got back at her?
How?
I had this phobia of insects for the rest of her life. So I go out and I buy a bunch of rubber bugs and I slip into her closet and I put them all over her shoes.
Well,
And?
She screamed her fracking head off.
and then probably hit you.
She grabbed my hand, held it in the door jamb, and slammed the door. It was worth it, though.
I don't know about that.
Hot dog, settle in. We're gonna be out here another 3 hours.
Jeez. Where are they?
Hot dog, what the hell are you doing?
Join blue skies again.
Very Top Gun. Oh, oh, oh!
Galactica, Starbucks, showtime! Cease all underway replenishment ops.
So we got both
do they
Starbuck and
see
hot
that?
dog on Dratus.
That planet synchrotron radiation has been kicking the crap out of every Dratus in the fleet since we got here.
Okay, that makes sense, but did she not really see something? I don't want them to run into each other either. Oh, whoa! Eye of Jupiter! You're gonna go after him in the storm? Oh my god, you are crazy or brave? Haven't decided which.
Starbucks dropping close to the planetary hard deck.
Then the pressure will crush her like a cheap soda can.
Yeah, you gotta get her out of there. But she kept seeing the Eye of Jupiter for a reason. What? Oh my god, what is happening right now?
Where the hell's she going? So he doesn't see it the same way she saw it. Where's Hot Dog? She really needs to see the psychiatrist, not the Oracle.
We're gonna take the hits, Chief.
Looks like nowhere, Cap.
What?
Did she imagine
the impact?
Well, we'll keep checking, but so far, not a scratch.
Oh no. Yeah, you gotta go see somebody about that. Psychiatrist or the Oracle. You gotta figure out what's going on.
We checked Galactica's Dratus records against the ones in our Raptor. There was no pain on your Cylon at all.
And we all know that Dratus can be wonky near this planet, Carl.
Maybe the radar jumped away before you opened fire.
Or maybe it never existed to begin with.
That's more possible.
Even screwed up, she's still the best Viper driver I've got.
Sometimes it's hard to admit that the best of us can burn out.
Mm-hmm.
You think she has?
I mean, maybe a little bit, for sure.
I think her identity as a steely-eyed Viper jock is the only thing holding her together.
Mm-hmm.
So that if I ground her,
she'll crack. Or she'll have to face it.
Everyone gets rattled sometimes. But the bottom line is, when the bullets start to fly, can she handle it?
Just give her a break for a little bit. She's gonna get some R&R with Sam.
well, I say I trust your eyes over Dratus any day of the week. Something could have been there, vanished in the cloud cover.
Sure, you don't think I'm nuts?
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
You're a
I was
raving
gonna say.
lunatic. As demented and deranged as the first day I met you.
And you're a bastard.
Stress has made us all twitchy. After what that Cylon put you through on New Caprica, you've had more than your share. Get some rest.
She's just seeing it everywhere.
Starbucks? What do you hear?
Nothing but the rain.
Then grab your gun and bring in the cat.
I love it. It's like that callback to the miniseries.
Actually, sorry, boss. I thought that it would be a nice figurehead for your model ship.
Oh.
Goddess of the dawn.
She brings the morning star and a fair wind. A fresh start.
Thank you. Good, honey.
Thank you.
I love that moment! Oh. Hey, kiddo. I have a really hard time with this.
She's just sitting there. Well, did you talk to her? You talked to her.
Yeah. I don't think she wants to talk to Chief.
Feeling sorry for me.
Worried about you.
I'm not going back out there.
Good.
I don't trust myself.
Good. That is growth. You gotta figure this out, though. You can't just not go back out there.
How are things with you, MD?
You know, good.
No. Better than good. Best they've ever been.
Good.
We are right back where we started. You're CAG, and I am your hotshot problem pilot.
The way it's probably supposed to be.
I guess that's all we'll ever be now, huh?
I hope so. It's for the best. Oh!
Apollo, 1 turkey, my right 3, level at 10, ducking in and out of the clouds, engaging!
Oh boy.
Weapons hot.
I mean, it didn't do any damage to her Viper, so she has to be... That just has to be a vision.
Starbuck Apollo, I repeat, I got no sign of you or the radar!
Why don't you ever stick next to your wingman?
Starbuck, report!
This is Apollo. Do you read me?
Answer him! Why does she not answer? It just irritates the shit out of me. Oh. Okay, something definitely hit her that time.
Starbuck, I have 0 visibility! Yeah!
Rise and shine.
Always Leoben. I don't like it. I don't like it.
You saw it again. In the clouds. You feel its pull. You want to fly into it. You want to cross over.
Cross over to where?
I'm afraid of what, a fracking cloud?
Of the unknown.
Aren't we all afraid of the unknown, though?
You've been afraid ever since that day.
What day?
Yeah, what day? Oh.
All of this has happened before. And will happen again.
What does that mean?
Hello, Mama.
It's hard to believe it's only 6 years ago.
She still talk to her mom?
Kara, they tell me that you're the best natural pilot they've ever seen. All that natural ability. And still, you only graduated 16th in your class.
Oh, I hate parents like that.
Look, I am sorry as hell that you never made officer. And all you have to show for a life of dedication is this crappy apartment, but I will not make up for it all. I can't.
Yeah,
that's
because
fair.
you're a quitter. You always have been.
16th is quitting?
You went to an oncologist?
Hey, put that down.
What are you gonna do about this?
Nothing. It's metastasized. Game is over.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Oh.
What's your pity? Oh, don't tell me you're gonna cry about it now.
Why even have a kid if you don't want to be a mother?
I'm gonna walk out that door, and you can look at it every frackin' miserable day you have left and know that I am never gonna come back to it again.
Good for you. I don't know why people become parents when they don't want to have kids. When they don't want to be parents. I know I don't want to be a parent.
She waited here 5 weeks, hoping you'd come back.
There's no reason to feel guilty about that.
She died alone. It's not too late. She's waiting still.
I can't believe you kept all this. Everything.
While smashing your fingers on a door. Oh. It did look like the medal that her mom had.
See, there's nothing so terrible about death. You're free now to become who you really are.
You're not Leoben.
Never said I was. I'm here to prepare you to pass through the next door, to discover what hovers in the space between life and death.
What? But that didn't happen. That's not real. I'm very...
V, I'm not afraid anymore.
Say again?
What are you gonna do?
Climb now, or you're dead.
Oh, she's not supposed to be afraid of death. Should she be able to go into that storm and survive? She's got a crack in her glass. She certainly can't go into space.
Lee, I'll see you on the other side.
God, please, listen to me, come back.
Just let me go. They're waiting for me.
What does that mean?
Apollo!
Do you have her in sight? Can you see her?
She's gone.
Negative. She went in. Her ship's in pieces. No shoot. Lost.
But the whole lesson of the episode was for her to not be afraid to die, so I don't think she's not coming back. I hope she's coming back. Okay. I don't really know what the lesson was that Kara's mom was trying to teach her. I still am. She obviously didn't want to be a mother, so she didn't care one bit about mothering her child. 16th out of 171. That's amazing. I don't know why everything it seems to be that I'm like watching lately seems to like it seems to be ramming into each other about like identities and like who we think we are and who people think we're supposed to be and pushing an identity onto your child. And you know, whatever her mom was trying to make her, it was never good enough. And, you know, it's just like, oh, 16th, but just imagine if you were 15th. And just imagine if you were 14th. Imagine if you were 7th. Imagine if you were number 2. Imagine what it'd be like to be number 1, because that's the best and that would be better. And I know that that's not the entire lesson that her mom was trying to teach her. And I don't know what her mother was preparing her for. Death? Is that what her mother was preparing her for? Not to live a life, but for death? And breaking her fingers in a door and like still caring about that woman dying? Oh my gosh. that just shows that, like, Kara really had the capacity to love no matter what. That she will love something that is broken. And I think that that is an incredible quality to her character, but that also means that she will go down with a sinking ship. And I know that that moment that Leoben brought her back, and then she's like, "You're not Leoben," and he's like, "I never said I was." Definitely probably a different one. Not the creepy one that she's making out with on the floor covered in paint. I don't know what that's about, but definitely if her destiny was meant to die in the Eye of Jupiter or something that looked like the Eye of Jupiter, because she kept seeing the eye, seeing the symbol, seeing the circles, and like I don't know if she actually met death or not. Well, I mean, beautiful work. Good job, Katie. Like I wasn't super impressed with her acting in the very beginning, and it gradually got better. Her drunk acting is still, I'm not a fan of it, but neither here nor there at this point. She was not drunk the entire episode, but definitely was showing her chops, and I'm incredibly impressed. Do I think Starbuck is dead and gone? I don't think she's a Cylon and she's coming back, or though if she did, I would be so mad. But there's a reason why that there was that her mother was, I guess, preparing her to die, and that Leoben was making her feel comfortable with death, and showing her that, like, her mother's experience, even though that wasn't real, that, her mother experiencing death wasn't scary. And I'm gonna end up watching the next episode. I know I am, because like that was, I don't know if it's resolved, but like the Admiral smashing his ship and just his heart being broken over losing Starbuck. Like, when he was talking to Kat and he was talking about how he always wanted a daughter and that he thought 3 was a really good number, I do feel that Starbuck fit that slot for him as daughter, the closest he'd probably ever come. And she really had to let go of Lee. And I think her having that conversation with him about, like, this is all we'll ever be, is I'm your hotshot pilot and you're the CAG. And like, that's all they really should be, And I think she had to kind of like let go of the idea of being with him, of being with Sam. I think she already has with being with Sam, but there's still a reason why Sam is still around. And they had a psychiatrist this whole time. Probably really busy, probably really hard to get an appointment. There's a lot of people that need a psychiatrist in the fleet. I don't think the Oracle is like where I would necessarily go, but it seemed to help her at least, I don't know, instead of fighting Leoben in her dreams, is to like kind of give in to him a little bit and like listen to him and see why he's there and what he could possibly show her. I hate Leoben, but the one at the end there that was with her and her mom, if that's a different one than the one that we know that's been resurrected and was keeping her hostage, I think that as there are different Sixes and there's different Boomers and Sharons, and although all the Cavils kind of seem the same, it is refreshing that it wasn't a creepy one, at least. Although, do I care that there's one that was like nice enough to show her the death of her mother and prepare her to die? I don't know. I think her letting go is what she needed to do. Definitely a rebirth, because they were talking about Aurora being the head of the ship and being reborn or having a new start. I think that was definitely the theme, is letting go and starting over, and getting a fresh new start, or, not holding on to the past so much. And definitely Kara has been living in the past a lot, and she tortures herself and she beats herself up. And, again, I've had people say, like, you need to kind of go easy on her. She had a hard childhood. I didn't really know what that meant until this episode. So, like, you guys know more than I do. So just remember that when you're leaving comments, that I didn't know the extent of, like, what happened to Kara. And I also didn't know to believe it, of whether or not because Simon was saying it and he was manipulating her. And now seeing it and experiencing it and her just wanting that validation from her mom and her wanting to make her mom proud, and her mom, serving in the first Cylon War and having that medal, and that she never got to be an officer. And, she's doing all of these things to try to like please her mom and make her mom love her. And she just wants to hear like, good job, kiddo, and like a hug. And, like her mom didn't even want her to touch her hand. And it's like, she just needs someone to just love her, and I know Sam can do that, but, he loves all the toxic parts. And, I think Lee, like, he's got a draw to all the toxic parts. And I would love for her to just not have that heavy weight on her anymore, to be a little bit more free, be a little bit more happy, be a little bit more at ease, and just kind of know that none of it was her fault. Nothing that has happened to her is her fault. And the things that she has done is her fault, but things that have happened to her is not her fault. And I'm really wondering if we're going to see her again. I feel like we are. I can't imagine that they let us all the way through that just to lose her as a character. I don't think that that's a possibility. Don't spoil it for me in the comments. Don't be like, we'll see her again, or like, that's it, never again, or she's a Cylon. Shh. Please don't say anything. But I am looking forward to kind of see what the repercussions are of not only losing your best pilot, but like Lee experiencing that, and how he's going to handle losing Starbuck, and he's got to let her go. Sam, how he's going to feel with everything. Hot Dog, it seemed like Hot Dog really cared about her. Creepy as it was, him like watching her have like a nightmare or whatever. And he's like, what's up? It's like, will you stop staring at her? But like she's flown with Hot Dog quite a bit. And even though he's not the most prominent of characters, he's always around, and of course, Admiral, in that moment that they had in the hallway. And it's just like the things that they said, that we're all the way back in the miniseries when she's jogging through Galactica, and go grab your gun and bring in the cat, and it feels like rain, and they had that beautiful moment. I should have known something was gonna fucking go down when that happened. And her giving the Aurora to him, like I was like, oh, that's nice that worked out. And I'm like, that was, and I remember thinking to myself, like, that was a very touching moment. I like love that moment. And then I'm like, oh, I take it back. That was a mini goodbye. I don't like it. So I'm interested to see the fallout of what just happened. And not that I like want to move on with the story, but like what it means for the rest of the story, because she has been very important to this fleet. She's the one that went back to Caprica. She got the arrow of Apollo and went to the tomb of Athena and saw Earth. And she's always believed in the gods, and I think that might be also a connection too because of Leoben. And I'm optimistic, but I'm really sad. Like I really need to blow my nose. My nose has so much snot that I'm like trying to keep up in there. I really need to blow my nose. So guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 4 episodes early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. How'd you feel at the end of this episode? I'm going to watch the next one. You guys will see me in the exact same shirt because it is 6:45. I've got time. I might go have a glass of wine just to calm my nerves because I do definitely feel hyped up and I don't want to go into it all excited and then not have anything. I was really worried at the beginning when it was a Starbuck episode because I was going to do a glass of rosé because it's my last day of vacation before I have to go back to work tomorrow. So I'm like, all right, I gotta get back into work mode. I think I'm gonna have a glass of wine. I'm so glad though. Man, that crying would have been ugly. That would have been ugly. Maybe I shouldn't do one then. Meh. We'll see you in the next episode. So guys, come back here for the next one. And in the meantime, I'll see ya.